Overfibers is a production company whose mission is to design and create innovative solutions, originating from ideas from a staff of clinicians aimed at improving and simplifying day-to-day dental practice. Overfibers is innovation, scientific research, technology, dental experience, analysis of preferences. Overfibers has decided to bring together this knowledge in order to pass it on to the market by means of the best companies and distribution in the world, meeting the requirements of professionals. Hi-Rem Post, easy removal fibre post. The reasons which lead to the post removal. Root canal posts are removed from the root canal for various reasons. The most common are endodontic failures and infections. Structural failure of the post.
The incepting, the longevity, those things.
Failure of the restoration.
What if I go?
In the case of an endodontic failure, whether of the post or the restoration, bacteria and toxins can penetrate into the root canal right up to the apex, causing inflammation of the tissues surrounding the root. Therapy consists of endodontic retreatment or the removal of all the sealant material inserted into the root canal, followed by a complete disinfection. Obviously, the post must be completely removed to guarantee access to the apex of the canal for the removal of infectious pathogens. It's almost always necessary to retreat a devitalized tooth before a new restoration is applied. Notwithstanding the improvements in endodontic techniques, sealants, posts and reconstruction materials, 36% of root canals need retreatment sooner or later, and at least 1/4 of retreatments require the removal of the post. In recent years, there's been an increase in the use of fibre posts with cement adhesives and composite reconstruction materials. Some studies show that fibre posts are easier to remove than traditional cast metal posts or dowels. In particular, carbon fibre posts, which are black in colour, are easily located within the reconstructed tooth. Recently, however, dentists have acquired the habit of substituting black carbon fibre posts with translucent and clear quartz or glass fibre posts, which have a notable aesthetic advantage. However, due to their mimetic colour, they are very difficult to detect inside the tooth when their removal is necessary. The current removal techniques. Today, optimal adhesive cements capable of increasing the tooth post adhesion are readily available on the market. However, the better the post adheres to the dental tissues, the more difficult it is to remove it. Some post manufacturers are marketing removal systems which use a pilot drill to create an opening in the post, followed by other drills that slowly demolish from within. The dentist must keep the drill as parallel as possible to the longitudinal axis of the post and sink it into the opening. While in vitro studies report that the fibre posts may be removed in a relatively short time and with great effectiveness, it's worth remembering these are done in vitro and not in the mouth of the patient. In fact, it's one thing to clinically remove a post in the laboratory with the tooth perfectly accessible on your work table. It's another to remove it under clinical conditions from the patient with all the obstacles to access, including limitations of space and maneuverability for the instruments, and a clear view of the root, as any dentist knows. Furthermore, during the clinical removal of a post, it's difficult to align the drill with a post section and to keep it parallel to its axis, since the root cannot be seen. The operator is constrained to use radiographs to constantly verify the correct position of the drill, which leads to a longer procedure and exposes the patient to unnecessary radiation. If the drill penetrates the post obliquely, it can seriously damage the structure of the tooth. Hi-Rem post. Easy removal fibre post. In order to make the removal of the post as simple as possible, Overfibers has introduced a new internationally painted type of fibre post called Hi-Rem post. Created with very sophisticated know-how, the main characteristic of these new systems for endodontic reconstruction is that the central longitudinal axis of the post is made of polymer macrofiber. Placing the macrofiber in this position doesn't affect the resistance of the post because the stresses are minimal, neutral axis. The macrofiber has a diameter of about 0.25 millimeters and is composed of biocompatible inert matter. It's coloured blue for easy visual location by the dentist. And, most importantly, it's 5 times softer than the composite material which composes the post. When the dentist needs to remove the post to resolve a clinical problem, such as described above, all he needs to do is to expose the post with a diamond drill to the coronal level. And the blue macrofiber will be clearly seen at the centre of the post. At this point, using a medium high-speed fine nickel titanium drill of approximately 0.3 millimeters, you drill into the macrofiber. The procedure is repeated until the previously established depth is reached. Since the macrofiber is very soft, the instrument is guided towards the apical part by the hard walls of the post, without ever deviating from the central axis as occurs with normal posts. During the removal, the operator can clearly see that the instrument is penetrating the macrofiber, thereby assuring a sense of certainty that is rarely felt during the removal of a conventional post. Once the macrofiber has been removed, it's possible to clear out the interior of the post with a typical gate skidden drill or a Largo piezo reamer, depending on the needs of the clinical case. At this point, the removal of the post from the canal space can be said to be finished, rapidly, safely, and without sacrificing healthy dental tissue. The dentist can now proceed with the retreatment of the canal and resolve the endodontic problems. When the retreatment is complete and the pathological problem is resolved, a new dental reconstruction can be undertaken, with the certainty that only what was necessary has been removed in order to insert the new post, a Hi-Rem post, naturally. Hi-Rem Post. Features: easy to remove, safely and with absolute certainty without tooth damage. Highly retentive surface, which increases up to 40% the adhesion post-cement. S-type glass fibres, to guarantee an outstanding structural strength. Translucent, to accelerate the activation of dual cements. Radio opaque, to be clearly distinguishable from the cement. Hi-Rem polygon posts and polygon drills are available in 3 sizes, with colour coding for a corresponding use. Hi-Rem prosthetic posts and prosthetic drills are available in 3 sizes, with colour coding for a corresponding use. Hi-Rem endodontic posts and endodontic drills are available in 3 sizes, with colour coding for a corresponding use.